All right, people, the time has come. Let's do this. Ever since I got this car, you've been saying, Eric, fix those headlights. The day has come, my friend. I have heard you, and plus, you know, I'd like to be able to see while I'm driving at night. So my friends at Quixx have actually hooked me up with a headlight restoration kit. And I'm just gonna use this and see how it works. If you look closely at that headlight, it's all yellowed, and I don't know if the driver's side is gonna come back or not. In fact, the word for that, somebody told me, is crazing. And that is all those little cracks, and just basically that plastic is completely broken down. Number one thing when you're using products, they write directions for a reason. In fact, they got a whole department to write these things out for you to make sure that you use the product properly. Just read the directions and make sure you're using the product correctly. Because if you're not using the product correctly, your chances of success pretty much nosedive from that point on. So take a look, read through the directions, and first step in this process says wash headlights thoroughly and remove dirt. So let's get on that. Got a bucket with some soapy water in here, and it's my little hand washing mitt. Just gonna go briefly and just wash the headlight. Wow, it's better already. I'm gonna do these one side at a time, and I'm just gonna do this headlight. You know, the process is gonna be the same for the other side, but this is just, I think, just to get the big dirt off. Now let's move on to step 2. Next step in here says to mask the area around the outside of the headlight, because you don't want to damage the finish. So I'm gonna dry this off, and I'm gonna cheat because I won't have to mask any of this area because I can just pop the hood. You know, when I think about it, it seems kind of silly masking off the Subaru. I mean, just look. So I don't have to worry about any of this because I open the hood. And I'm now all masked around the outside of the headlight, and we now have the area isolated. It's really starting to look better already. That's what comes in my kit. I get a cloth, I get some sandpaper. Oh, it comes with the 2000 grit sandpaper. Silly me. Guess I should have looked in the box first. But I'd still go for the 500 because this is so stinking deep. Plus I've got a little block. So this is what's in the box. I got a cloth, got a little block, I've got the sealer, and I've got the scratch remover. And some sandpaper. Looks like 2000 grit sandpaper. There's 2000 and 3000 in here. How nice of them. Press hard for better results. I used to just replace these. Of course, that's a lot more expensive. I dare say it's starting to come back a little. All right, up to this point, I've been really nice and I've been using my hands for everything. Things that, you know, most of you would have access to. Most of you have hands. And the next step would be to take the scratch remover and a cloth and then go over the outside there. But I'm feeling a bit lazy. I'm not feeling like sitting here scrubbing on this thing all day. So I have a variable speed deal here where I can change the speed on it. And I'm going to use this, and this is like just a regular terry cloth kind of attachment to it. It's similar to what's with that with the cloth that came in the kit, but I'm just going to use this with this on these scratches and see what kind of results I get. And I'm just doing that because, you know, I like using tools. You know, it seems counterintuitive to put my yellow glasses on while I'm trying to clean the yellow off my headlights. This is what you gotta watch out for. Got a couple of hot spots here. Now, I'll probably be able to bring these out, but I have to be careful. Not to hold this, not to spin this too fast, and not to keep it in one place for too long. I'll give you a closer look. When you're using power tools, you gotta watch out for this, because you're actually gonna melt the plastic. So I'm gonna come back in and and slowly try to deal with this. But so far, this is not the yellow headlight that came in. And I have a feeling that we're gonna be looking pretty good by the time we're all done. And by the way, the directions don't say anything about using power tools. I did that all on my own. I gotta tell you, doesn't taste too good. Okay, using product as intended, take 2. So you use the cloths they gave me and then just polish away. It's amazing how much the polish does just by itself. And I'm not just saying that because it actually is working. I just remembered about the rubber block. It's also in here that you could use along with the cloth. Actually makes the process a little bit easier. Little tip that might make life easier for you is just jack the car up. I'm not going to be under it, so I didn't put a jack stand under it. I just put the jack, but this way I can get a better angle. All right, here's a close-up of what we got. Now these areas, like right here, this was me with my buffer that did all this stuff. But I was using, don't use like the terry cloth, use the fuzzy stuff like this. Use this fuzzy stuff. And it'll work much better than using the terry cloth thing like I did initially. But I can actually see through, and I've got the reflection going through here that I didn't before. But this headlight was pretty stinking bad, and I think this stuff did a pretty good job. Now I'm just gonna put the sealer on it, and I'm gonna call this side done. Now it's time to put the sealer on, and for that I need to spray it on the lens and then spread it around with a clean cloth. And then once I've done that, I've got to let it sit for 15 minutes and then buff it out again. But this will actually seal this in so it doesn't oxidize up so quickly again. And while that's hazing up, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the other side. Okay, this is it. Final product, final verdict. Buffed on it, it's sealed. You can see those cracks and those mistakes that I made. Other than that, it's a way better headlight than it was when it came in. So I think this Quixx stuff did a pretty good job. I'm pretty happy with the outcome. Looks way better. Well, that turned out pretty stinking good, I think. Thanks to Quixx for sending me this kit. It really did well, especially on that headlight that I didn't think would come back. And you know, there's still some issues there. Bullet points are, you're probably gonna have to wet sand. Check the box first, because they got, 1,000 and 2,000 grit sandpaper for you already in this box. Get it all wet sanded up, get most of your oxidation gone, then go at it with your polish, and you can use that little rubber brick that's in there to basically help you scrub away there. As far as using power tools, be really careful about the attachments. That terry cloth attachment that I used initially, obviously it burned up that headlight. My mistakes are things that you can learn from. But that fuzzy attachment that's basically meant for buffing worked way, way better. And it also put a nice shine on at the end when I put that final sealer on. So I'm finally happy that you guys are gonna stop yelling at me for these headlights. Ugh, it's driving me crazy. Anyway, I am Eric the Car Guy. I hope this information was useful to you. And by the way, you can probably pick this up at your local auto parts store. If not, I'm gonna put a link in the description to their website so that you can find them. Visit me at EricTheCarGuy.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you have automotive questions, put a couple of keywords in the search function or hop on over to the forum. It's free to sign up for. We'll be happy to help you there. Anyway, be safe, have fun, stay dirty, and keep your headlights clean. Darn it. See you later.